Hello, everybody. Welcome to, as you can see below us, we're discussing the Taboo List. Yes, that was just released
yesterday.
When you texted me about it, I was like, what the fuck is Travis talking about?
I understood that from your text back.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he doesn't know.
But then I saw it, and it's pretty exciting news. So the general gist of it is that there is an completely optional rule set you can now play, and because this is a co-op game, making it optional is really good.
Unless you're scrubbed.
Unless you're scrubbed, that's right. And it's basically, the big changes is that there's now, it's mutated some cards, which has basically been an errata on some cards. And then there's also some more errata on the experience cost, which they use as the term limited. There's also one forbidden, which is banned cards. But there's no cards that are currently there. But you can see that they have this as an organic idea that they're going to be adjusting on the fly.
Mm-hmm. It's worth noting for the XP increases, they don't actually increase the level.
Yes.
Just how much you have to pay to put it in your deck.
Yes. So why don't we start with those? The first one, it's their target for these were ubiquitous items that were always in your decks.
Yeah, it was hard to find a reason not to play them.
Yeah. And the first one, as you can see right next to Bryn, is the Machete, which is a very strong weapon. And now the change is that it costs 2 experience to put into your deck.
Yeah. It's a good choice.
Yeah, it's a good choice.
I still wouldn't feel bad about paying 2 experience for Machete as like my backup weapon.
Yeah, I mean...
I think 2 is a little high.
2 is a little...
But
for me, it's also...
1 would be nothing. So.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's now one of those things that you're going to see Machete not run as much, right? Like,
well, you can't start with your deck.
Yeah, so it's like one of those things that, like, I'm not excited about upgrading to Machete. I was excited with starting with Machete, because it's really good in the early game at cutting up snakes and stuff like that.
And in the late game at cutting up enemies.
Yeah, but then I feel like, at that point, we have a big-ass lightning gun.
Yeah.
The next one on the list was Elusive, which also went up to 2 experience. I was reading people talking about this online, and apparently the designer thinks this is the strongest card in the core set.
If you're playing solo, this card is incredibly powerful.
Yeah. And I can see why. I was thinking about it because, it can move. It's basically so many actions in one card. It can be like 5 to 7 actions.
If we're playing Carnivale, I always want this in my deck because sometimes it's like, I'll move 6 spaces for 2. Also, I'll get away from this guy. But that's like the secondary part.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scenarios that are like that.
And like that's not the only scenario that feels like that.
Like playing Elusive doesn't even cost you an action.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just good.
So yeah, that's up to also 2 experience to put into your deck.
Next up, we got Switchblade level 2. Has been increased to 3 experience.
3 experience level 2. Yeah.
In the same vein, like I mentioned earlier, even though it costs 3 experience to put in your deck, if your guy can play, if you're playing Wendy Adams, I guess, can play up to level 2 green cards. She can still technically play this.
I could also play this.
Leo, yeah.
Leo could. Yeah.
It's level 2. Pretty much everyone who gets green as a secondary color.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Can play this.
When we played this, or when we reviewed this card, we were like, "This is like the best."
It is the best green weapon.
Yeah. So.
And I do like the design they have, where it is. They stay the level that they are.
Yep.
So it's just a bit more expensive.
Yeah, if they actually boosted them, these next couple would be actually unplayable.
Well, that's what I thought. Yes. Like, that's when I first saw it, I was like, oh, higher education now costs 5 experience?
Nope.
That sounds fine to me. That sounds fair. But no, then I read it again, and it costs now 8 experience for higher education. What are your thoughts on that?
That sounds fair and balanced.
Yeah, this card is really good.
I still want to buy higher education when I can.
I definitely we've always said that this card is like broken.
Yeah. It's just too.
Yeah. The only time I haven't picked it up when I'm playing a yellow character, which is actually almost every time I've ever played a yellow character, it's because I have drawing the sign as my weakness, and I don't want to draw that and be like, sweet, I can't play the game anymore.
Or you can't.
Yeah, like Norman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's not smart. But he's so smart, he knew this was coming. He's seen the future, so he knows.
He'll got spec in a purple instead.
The next one that also got this change is Streetwise, which...
also up to 8 experience?
Also up to 8, which actually also then... I mean, it's also very strong.
It is.
It's not as good as higher education, but there's an argument that, it's probably better. It's a little bit too polarizing for the colors, I think.
Yeah, that's what people... I was reading online was saying that this made it so that green could investigate very well, right? Which is one of those things that they...
It was hard to justify not playing a green, investigator.
Yes. And then also...
As opposed to a green fighter or something, or a green generalist.
Of note, so Bryn has this in his Preston deck. In our current campaign of the Circle and Dawn, we're going to play without this list.
Because we started with that.
Yeah. But from going forward, we're going to basically play with it unless we suddenly decide we hate it.
Yeah.
But it makes me excited because now I was looking at items for my the deck we're going to be playing right now. As you can see, we're surrounded by fucking cameras. I was excited to try new weapons, which was kind of a thing that I really liked about this.
Yeah, I was like, I was kind of like, damn it, what am I going to play instead of shit? But
and next on the list, what is it? The
Scrapper.
Scrapper. So this is the red one, and this one is only
actually up to
It's
5
up to
experience.
5,
yeah.
Which is fair. This one's like
This is like the fair one.
When I mean, it makes sense that I think at this point
I'd
now.
argue Blood Pact is the fair one, kind of, but
Well, Blood Pact has a massive potential downside to it, so it makes sense that that one didn't get its cost increased, and the blue one is kind of just not great.
I'm gonna buy the blue one.
I'm also buying the blue one. Yeah.
Yeah, I see most Carolyn decks buy the blue one, but I'm not going to.
No, I really do like these where it kind of targeted for an XP increase, just because like they're permanent. Like
Yeah.
it's just for their cost and the fact that you see them every game, they're just way too good.
Yeah, it's like you get to start with an extra card in your hand that's free and fast.
Not even that they're good, they're just too consistently good.
Yeah, and then I feel like at this point now, from design going forward, we're going to see permanence be exceptional at this cost to kind of balance out that in mind.
Yeah.
Like, this is now basically exceptional 3, right? Like, in a way, like one less.
kind of.
But it's a way that I imagine we're going to see that for permanence going forward. Now we get to the mutated. So these are errata on the cards, which I think the majority of them are fucking phenomenal. Like, long time coming.
They're good choices. They're not too hard to remember. They're just kind of like, what would make this card fair, and then it's like the obvious choice.
I did put a moment of silence for Bryn, though, when I saw this list, and we'll get to one.
Yeah, I know. I thought
took a few
you might be a
seconds
little
just-
upset about it, but
Oh, no. We're starting with our fat man, Dr. Malign Christopher. He is now, after you successfully investigate, exhaust him to gain 1 resource. Which is much better than potentially gaining 3 resources a turn, in terms of balance.
that's not fair. Sometimes you could get more.
It's true. That is true. But yeah, this is he still has the +1 book, which is a great part of him. And now you just get 1 extra resource a turn, assuming you're going to investigate once a turn.
Sometimes you were Ursula and you shortcut into a location, you investigated, and then you investigated 3 more times, you just paid for it.
Yeah, it's a lot more fair. The next one I'm not going to put on the card because our layout's not made for it, but Rex Murphy has his ability is now once per round, which it should have been in printing.
Even when that came out, like we were just kind of baffled by it. We were like, this is really good. Why can you just do this every time you investigate? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, which is Rex is he's now more mortal.
Yeah.
He's a bit more mortal.
Yeah, I think he's still probably one of the best yellow characters in the game.
Yes.
Partly because of his card pool, and the rest of it's just because he's really good.
Yeah.
Like his weakness is not crippling. Still.
Next up, we have a purple card, Delve Too Deep.
I can spell. Well, grammar.
This one's been errata to just say group limit 2 copies of it in the victory display, so you can't just stack them in multiple games, which is fine.
One thing we've never tried, but we're eventually going to get to an all purple list, and we probably would have tried it then. We would have been like, let's go.
We're all gonna be sitting there with copies of Warp Protection, and we're like, yeah, we don't care.
Yeah. So yeah, this one, totally fair, easy, nice balance. What's up next? Quick thinking.
Quick thinking.
What the fuck?
I'll be honest, I barely remember what this card does, but it has been errata to max 1 committed per skill test. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's just so that you can't stack 2 of them and be like, I'll take 2 actions during your turn.
Yeah, you also can't stack them up with like double or nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That seems totally reasonable.
Yep. Another green card, Ace in the Hole.
That's what we're learning is Bryn was right the whole time. That
In
Green
this-
cards are amazing.
In the same vein, you can only play this once per round, so you're only allowed.
I don't know how you would get it back without some sort of like long-winded, convoluted combo where your entire deck's in play and this is the only card left.
You could just play Safina.
You can't do that. It's
not?
exceptional.
Okay.
The Painted World cannot copy exceptional events.
Okay, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, like this feels somewhat unnecessary as it's already incredibly difficult to make that happen.
What if they're future-proofing a card that's
Yeah, like
coming
it's if
that could be the only thing I see.
yeah, it functionally remains very similar.
Is there someone? Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some infinite combo decks where you play out your entire deck and then you like use teamwork to give away all your cards so that you don't have any cards left in your deck anymore and you just play until the game is won.
Okay.
with this card.
Really.
You have to say like,
Yeah.
and what if the Mythos
But,
deck
like,
doesn't do
Yeah,
anything?
you had to play forever
Yeah.
to make that happen already. So
Second last card we got here is Sleight of Hand. Now, this card, instead of just putting an item into play, it puts in an item asset that takes up fewer than 2 hand slots.
yeah, that's pretty fair.
Yeah, like as cool as it was to like Sleight of Hand and Shotgun, I think this is pretty fair, especially from a flavor point of view, where it's like really hard.
You're like, I've got a
Hold
shotgun
on.
hidden in my bloomers.
Yeah, it makes a lot
No.
more sense. You like just whip out a
Yeah.
pistol or whatever.
Yeah,
So I just think this is a fine card though.
Oh yeah, I think it's still.
You can still Sleight of Hand Lupara into play, and I intend to.
As like
Not
most
in
of the
this campaign,
designs.
but
But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's just from like the same pack.
yeah, that would make sense.
And then the last card we got is the Kievis. This is the only card that I had banned from my friends playing.
Travis played with it once and said, never again!
No one else is allowed to play with this ever again, but now we will be. This has been changed to be exceptional. So you can only have 1 copy in your deck, and it costs 10 experience instead of 5.
Yeah.
So.
And, I mean, if any of you want to spend 10 experience on this,
Yeah, go for
I'm
it.
totally happy
Yeah.
with that now. Yeah.
Play Ursula, playing an Ellie Horowitz deck to try and find the damn thing.
Yeah.
We had enough experience last time.
Yeah, I think overall these are pretty exciting changes, and it was like, because I always check Fantasy Flight once a day to see if they release a new pack, new return to, but this has brought the most excitement to me because it's like, oh, this is all new. This is something that they haven't done before.
It drastically
the game up a
changes
little
some
bit.
of our decisions.
Yeah. As we see today, because no machetes in any of our decks.
No, because that's too much experience.
Too much,
When you
it's
have
illegal.
0.
It's illegal. But yeah, I'm interested to see what do you think is the next card that's gonna get. It's one we haven't seen yet. This is because they've seen the card pool and be like.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I don't think there's any of them. That,
It might be something
arcs.
from like Circle Undone. Some stuff might get picked off because
Yeah.
they haven't been play tested by the general public yet. Like the upgraded Sixth Sense could be like one day be like, okay, that's a bit much, right?
Yep.
But yeah, otherwise it's pretty exciting. I'm also interested to see if that certain cards might get like bumped up a little bit, like their thing
Yeah,
is
like get their cost reduced or something.
I don't think they'll do that.
I don't think they rarely buff in any sort of.
I don't think
design.
they'll ever buff cards.
Yeah. I
There's
would
just
like-
too much space on the list.
I would like to see the Springfield cost 0 experience and still not be played, probably.
I'd be playing that in my deck if I could. For 0 experience, yeah.
Well, that's this. Join us coming up in a few days where we're going to be starting the decks we're currently shuffling right now while we're living in an ocean of cameras. But thanks for watching. Let us know what you guys think of the Taboo List and if you are playing with it. Because we're going to be playing with it. And it's all very exciting and new. And yeah, bye everybody.